kids. Alright, these are our pets as well, but these are really pets. The reason we got these is back in the early 80s, some bright spark turned up at Sydney Airport with 6 of these strapped to his body. They were little baby ones like those ones we got out there, and he got caught by customs. So they went to Australia Zoo. Australia Zoo bred them up, and these are their offspring. But they are the most restricted reptile in Australia. And the reason for that, like I said, they're still a crocodile, but they're actually an alligator. The difference is with an alligator, they've got that big wide mouth, and you can't see any teeth. When he shuts his mouth, all the teeth disappear into a groove in the jaw, whereas all the true crocodilian species, you can always see the teeth sticking out the side. But the reason they're so restricted is they've learnt to adapt to live in icy conditions. So in America, where they live, they'll get a lake like this and it'll freeze over every year. So just before it freezes, he'll have a big feed, and then he'll find a comfortable spot in the river or in the lake, and he'll lay back, and the only thing sticking out of the water will be that little nose. There's that little button there. Everything else will be submerged. And then the lake will freeze over and he'll be actually trapped in the ice. But they've learnt to adapt and slow their heartbeat down to 1 beat a minute. So they're virtually in a coma. And they'll wait out that 2 or 3 months until the ice melts again, and then they'll come out and virtually eat anything they see. They also have an adaptation that our solies don't have, where it's not all about him. The saltwater croc, it's all about him. He comes first before everything. These guys will work as a team. So if they get somebody like a large person or a cow or a horse or something that's too big for him to eat, he'll call his mates and they'll all grab a leg each. And they'll grab a head and whatever. Once you're in the water, that's the end of the story. That's it, finished. And they'll all help themselves to it. So the reason they're so restricted in Australia is somebody let these go in the Murray River or the Snowy River or the Yarra River over eastern states. There's no predator in Australia that can keep them under control. The saltwater croc doesn't live in that cold area, and in about 12 or 13 years you'd start to notice your dogs and cats go missing, and then it'd be the kids on your water ski holidays and so on. If these guys ever got into that lake system, you'd never get rid of them. So that's why they're so restricted. Even when they die here, they've all got a registration tag. When they die, we have to clear that with the federal government to say that we haven't flushed them down the toilet or something ourselves. But you might have seen that Swamp Men show on the TV. Anything this size, they go, whoa, whoa, it's a man killer, and we're lucky to have got away from that. This how dangerous they are. Just like big puppies. But like everything in America, you have to carry a gun. So, sweet. Right. Like a slot machine. Go. Back out. Go on. Go on. We've handled these since they were little babies. That's why we're like we are with them. We don't shoot our alligators. What we do is stand on his head, put a bit of tape around his mouth so his mouth's shut, and then 2 of us pick him up like a handbag and move him around where we've got to go. We don't carry guns here, that's all American. No, don't rush up. If you get too many, what happens, they push in and then they can get the wrong thing. Same thing, they can see better underwater than what they can on top of the water. Come on. Right. In about 3 or 4 years' time, Once they start getting a bit bigger than this and they get to that 4 metre size, then we won't be playing these games with them anymore because their instinct will click in and it becomes a weight ratio thing. A bloke like this weighs about 250 kilo, 280 kilo. Once he gets up to that 4 metre, he'll start weighing about 300, 320 kilo. And then he realises that they're big enough, they're bigger than us and they can drag us in the water. Once they work out, once their instinct tells them they can get you in the water, then it's time to stop playing with them because he doesn't want to eat us, but his instinct will tell him he's got to get us in the water and kill us. So. Go on. Come on, try and get that photo. Here you go. Oh, yeah. There you go. Right, this one's the same. They've got that sun in their eyes for our protection sort of thing. If we try to do this sort of thing with any of the crocodiles here and it was dark,